Just a surprise. Nothing important going on. I did not send out a notice, so maybe whoever's awake notices can come in. Hi, Chris. How are you tonight? I just came on for a little bit just because I got done with my surprise for me to be here too. I just got done with my daily medical stuff with Jordan and got her settled and was gonna make me a cup of coffee, and I forgot to put the coffee pod in the Keurig, and I made a nice cup of creamer flavored water. Hey, I'm sorry it's buffering. It was buffering for me for a few minutes too. If it does buffer too much tonight, I just won't stay on here long. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. On your way to bed, Chris? I don't blame you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fiber hearts. Yeah, it was yummy. I had to show Blaine. She's back there in her room, but I went back there and I was like, "What did I do?" Hey, Jan. Hey, Anna. Hey, Paige. Paige, I saw you were a winner of a giveaway. Congratulations. Oh, Karen. Okay, she's she right now. Okay. I recently subscribed to y'all, and I watch your videos when I have the opportunity. I love watching y'all. And your husband crochets too, right? I think it was Crochet A, Paige. I think so. Oh, Tracy, you were sending me something? Let me check my phone. Well, as far as that goes, Teresa, to know whether or not you're qualified to teach a class really is how much you've learned and your calling. So that's all I can say about that. I try to answer questions the best that I can. If I don't know the answer right then I will try to find it for you. I think that one may be the one page, the one that you got from Sandy. I think that may be the one. So what's everybody working on? I y'all would not believe the works in progress I have sitting down here. Now, some of this is not mine, and while she's not in here, I'm gonna set her two bags right here up in her seat. But Blaine is back there in her bedroom. Up, she may be listening. I don't know. But if y'all want to talk about her, go ahead. She can hear me talking. I'm just kidding. Hey, Lily. Finish up last squares of a blanket. Paige, I love doing squares. I absolutely love it. I just found a bag when we were rearranging some things. We moved in July, and I still got stuff that I have not found everything of. Look at this. I have got these. Well, the light's going to blow it out, but it's really pretty greens and browns. Came out of some sugar wheels from last year. This one is purple and sort of a burgundy. Now, they all came out of the same color, but I'm not finished with it. But I found it hidden, and it's in one of my 31 totes that I bought from my daughter Amy. There it is, 31. It says 31 right there. And I was building a poncho out of Caramel Me Away. This is from 2018 clearance at Hobby Lobby. It really doesn't look that pretty when you look at it across there, but I thought the squares were coming out really neat. I don't remember why I stopped on it, but there you go. That's one of those that would have, like Sandy Left Is Right Crochet says, rest in peace, except for I found it and now I have to finish it. Okay. My mom is doing okay right now. She's not had the surgery yet. I think the surgery is set for October 14th. If some of you don't know, my mom has a large hiatal hernia up at the top of her chest, and she's having a lot of trouble breathing. So she is going to have that surgery. What about Creative Grandma's tutorial? Anna, I understand. Well, see, sometimes we don't put a Keurig cup in there because, like, if we want tea, you just put the tea in your cup and you put your water in there and just let it run the hot water. And I guess that's what I had on my mind when I made that cup of coffee, and I took it to Blaine to show her how scatterbrained that I've been today. Oh, the mosaic tile throw. Oh, okay. Y'all can see I've been rearranging. I put my box there that I showed y'all the other night, and this is my birthday present from January that my girls had made. You hook us all together and used paint to put theirs and their children's thumbprints on the box for me. It's just a little wooden box. I don't have anything in it yet. I don't really want to put anything in it because it's so delicate. The only one that's not on there is Silas, and that's because he was just born in August of this year. Hello, Holly. How are you? I can't believe all you people coming in here tonight to talk to me. I wish Blaine was in here. But she hasn't said anything in the chat, so I'm not sure she's there. I'm working on those squares. I'm gonna get started. I'm not working on right this moment, but I'm working on Jordan's corner to corner, and I have almost got the blue finished. Y'all know this is the weighted blanket with the feels like butter. There's the green corner, went into a pink corner, then the blue. Next is the, I've got this much blue. I'm almost done. Next is the yellow. That's not going to show up on here yellow. It's going to show up white, but it's yellow. Then the pale gray, and then I'm going to do a granny stitch border that I saw Fiber do the other day, all the way around on that one. You go through, you just pick a spot and slip stitch, and you slip stitch around every section so it makes a line, and then you go back and you make 3 double crochets in every line, and it is really pretty. It's just a granny stitch border. I really love it. It's very simple. Or you can always do, the shells that are rounded. Lily, I love the corner to corner. Hey, Kathy. Everybody's doing fine right now. Mother hadn't had her surgery yet. It's in October. Jordan's doing okay. We just had a few more issues about the test we went about last week to Memphis. Is her bladder is only working 20% of what it should, so we have to do the rest. Aw, Paige. I felt that way for a long time, and then when I learned how to do the corner to corner, I got so addicted to it that that's all I would make. I love the magic pot holder, Teresa, but it hurts my hands because I crochet so tight on those. Usually I crochet loose, but on those, for some reason, I don't know, I just crochet tight, but I love them because they're so thick. Holly, you've never done a corner to corner? Well, when I started doing the corner to corner, I was having problems of when to know when to decrease. And depending on what size you want, you decrease on one side before you decrease on the other. So Blaine helped me figure that out. You've got to find out how big of a project you want. And like Jordan's, She wants hers, twin size. So I did my chain a little bit further, probably 2 or 3 inches on both sides. Hey, Nancy, come on in. That's how I did my chain. And then that's how I got started. And then found out where we needed to decrease. And then now on the blue side is decreasing a little, and it's going to finish out growing. And then when we do the yellow, it may end up at the very corner. So that's where it's hard to explain. I could show you better than I could explain it to you on here on how to increase and decrease. Krista, yeah, at the Secret Yarner, she has great tutorials, but she is so fast. Well, I went through so many C2Cs, and then I was hospitalized in September. A lot of you new ones don't know that. That I suffer from an issue that causes me to have blackouts, and I was in the hospital for 6 or 7 days, and I had a lot of seizures during that time, and I lost a lot of memory. I was learning more and more stitches, and now I've just gotten comfortable with that C2C, and I need to get back into making myself, do more stitches. Oh, that's wonderful. Have y'all seen what Kelly Jo Yarborough is doing on our Facebook page? I don't think she does YouTube, but she has made these little flowers and took a card, take like a bookmark size card and punch a hole in it and tie the little flower on there. And then she put on there something like, if you find me, please take me home. And, you can put a scripture or just anything, something encouraging for somebody to find. And that's what she's going to do with her items, is she is going to take them out in public and randomly put them places for people to find them. I love that idea. She has the flowers, and she also has the little prayer. She calls them little prayer cloths. They're squares, but right down the center and across a little bit is the Bible stitch. And I want to learn how she does that. I don't do that. Would that be like a graph? That probably wouldn't be too hard if you just did your count to do just a square. But she did a lot of those, and she's going to give those out. Hello. Is that Enid? No, you won't get fined for littering or anything. I've actually found, I don't know if it's in this purse or my other purse. Hang on one second. My other purse is not reachable. This may be it. We were at Le Bonheur one day, and they've put up these giant hearts as decorations. And there's where all my ink pens are. I've been carrying the wrong bag. It's not in here either. I was going to show y'all. I might have to tell you about it. Anyway, I was walking past those big hearts that they put up there that are for decoration. Kids will, sit in the edge of them and let their mommies take their pictures and stuff. And that's really cute and all. And we were walking past it, going back to the parking garage on one of our visits. I think it was this year. And I saw something laying up on one of the hearts, and I just reached up there and picked it up, and it was a rock. But on the back of the rock, it was, the rock color. On the front was a painting, and it had a Bible verse on it. And that was so awesome. I kept it. I told Blaine, I said, that's an awesome idea. We need to make things that we can leave laying out too. The reason I kept it is because somebody had put it there to find, and I had found it. Hey, Dee. It's good to see everybody out. I think it's neat if you want to paint a rock, or if you want to send a little bookmarker or something out into the world. I think Kelly Jo has really got a great idea going on. Wanting to give back to the world, to let people know that they're loved. Good night, Chris. So anyway, how everybody kept telling me today, I'm so sorry we missed your live. And I don't know if anybody was really paying attention. We did a video. Our live has not been for a while, probably a week or more. Now, Teresa, I think that's a good idea. I told her on the Facebook page, I said, I think that you ought to challenge us to do what you do. You know, like for her to take the initiative and say, hey, who wants to join me in doing this? And you're not going to be out doing it for recognition for yourself, but if you want to, show a picture of what you've made, or what city you're going to where you're comfortable walking around and laying them somewhere. I don't think you're going to get in trouble for littering like that unless you, now if you just like laid them all over a park where the wind blew them everywhere, that. But there's even a woman I saw on YouTube that I think I've mentioned this on video before, about an elderly woman that always makes scarves and hat sets, and she has a chain link fence all the way around her house, and in the wintertime she hangs them on the outside of her fence and has a sign up there, please take one. And when she means one, she means one set. You can have the scarf and the hat to match, and people that need them, you know, stop by there and pick something out. And I think that's awesome. We don't have a chain link fence. We live out in the country. But I mean, I told Blaine there are a lot of people. Yes, cotton is very eco-friendly. I told Blaine there are even stores that will allow you, close to where we live, you know, little country stores that will let you set up a table to give out free items. If that's what you're going to do, is be handing out free hats and scarves to people that are cold, that can't afford to buy one, or if they know somebody's homeless and they want to take it and give it to them. Yeah, it's Karen here tonight. Mittens are awesome too. I've not made any mittens yet. I have made fingerless gloves, which are really, there's no point in making those unless you've got on real gloves underneath them. We're out in the country too, so you can't see us. Y'all see, I've got Blaine's cup tonight that I had bought her, the latte, the big one, like, because she drinks a latte coffee. Because I messed up and made my warm creamer without coffee earlier. I asked Blaine, I said, what do I do now? I really didn't know. I was laughing at myself. She said, go in there and get my cup and make you some coffee and put your creamer in it. So here we go. I apologize if I slurp. I try not to. Sometimes these things pick up every sound. Two non-yarn snobs. I've not heard of you. I need to go and subscribe. That's a good idea for the vets. We don't have a lot of stuff around here for the vets. Memphis does, but Memphis is dangerous. I mean, dangerous. Has anybody ever seen that meme on Facebook about Mufasa holding Simba up and says, "Do you see all of this? You know, all of this one day is going to be yours." And Simba points to the dark place, which on the movie is a elephant graveyard. But he says, well, what about this dark space over here? And Mufasa says, no, that's Memphis. Don't ever go there. That's kind of how afraid we are. Anybody that's from Memphis, don't be offended. It's just that some of the parts we have to go through is very scary. Some of it's very nice. We love the doctors. We love the hospital. We go there nearly every month, sometimes 2 or 3 times a month. Hey, Rowan, that's awesome, Teresa. 32 new ones. Since we hit 500, I think we've got up to like 536, I think. Yeah, Karen, it didn't have to be that way. And sometimes I wish I could blindfold our children when we have to drive down some of those streets. Because the things you see, you're just like, okay, that person needs a blanket around them. That person right there needs to eat a cheeseburger. Not trying to be ugly. I just want to get out there and grab those women and say, y'all are worth so much. Why are you doing this? But I don't know what their situation is. Stephanie, she's back in her room. She's working on that kitty cat, that long, tall kitty cat she's supposed to make for Mia and Lorelai, and she's not even halfway through Mia's. She hasn't even started Lorelai's. Oh yeah, they suggest when we're at Le Bonheur and things are going on outside, security will announce over the intercoms, do not leave the building without security. If you must leave the building, ask for security to take you to your vehicle or take you to your hotel room. Oh, they only have 32 subscribers. Okay. Well, I'll go look them up because every time somebody new pops up, I go and check them out and subscribe to them because we want to build them up. No, it's not gossip. Gossip is telling us all of somebody's business or speaking badly of them, telling non truths. 75 miles north of Little Rock, and that's where the VA is. Little Rock. Little Rock's it's not really far from Memphis, is it? Because we're 2 hours in Mississippi from Memphis. We might could do a meetup sometime. Right. You're right. I don't consider it gossiping. I mean, there's a fine line. If you're talking about somebody to the extreme that you're putting them down and making them look different in somebody else's eyes, then that is gossiping. If you're saying something that's the truth, such as a city feels dangerous to you, I think that's different than saying, Teresa, you're my sister. I love you, so I'm going to use you for an example of saying something about Teresa Patton when she's not in the room. That is gossip and degrading because it might make somebody else in the room think differently of Teresa. That would be wrong. That's awesome, Paige. I wish we had. Well, I think there is a VA in Memphis. I just don't know where. But Blaine and I were separating out our piles, and y'all can't see right here, but I've got a tote that is full right here of baby blankets and lap gowns for moms and dads at the NICU that we're supposed to deliver tomorrow because I have one appointment and we'll be in the medical district area. Over beside that tote is a bag of the twin size and full size blankets and scarves and hats that I've been making for the homeless. And then over here is a bag. I see it right in front of me on the other side of this desk. A bag of shawls and lap gowns, and I've got some hats to throw in there that goes to the cancer center. So we'll be making 2 drop-offs tomorrow. The ones for the homeless that I have now, we'll still hang on to them until the weather starts to get a little chilly, and then Blaine and I go out on our own, and we do what we can do to not put ourselves in harm's way, and we hand out those to the people that are cold. Let's see. I can go. Let me see if I'm under our name. I am. I can look up your 2 non hyphen yarn snobs. Okay. I hope I put that in there right. You've got 38 subscribers. What is that noise? Okay. What is that? Y'all hang on. I'm here by myself and something is moving in here. Sorry, y'all. I heard something moving over there. Okay. Go back. I'm subscribed. See if it'll show. There y'all are. Subscribed. Welcome to the Yarny family. If I do not forget, I will go under my name, Loretta Underwood, and I will subscribe that way. And I'll get Blaine to do it too. So usually out of the 2 of us, you can get 3 subscriptions. Unless my grandson finds out about you. He's about to be 8 and he'll subscribe just because he likes to. He makes chains. He hasn't learned how to crochet yet, but he makes chains. All right, Kathy, we're going to build them up. They were at 38 when I subscribed. That makes 39. Hopefully, Kathy made number 40. We need to be in a daytime live. I'll tell you how to do it is to go into Granny D's. When Granny D has a live and she is letting people advertise their channels and help each other, that helped us reach, we were at 489. That helped us get up to 500. And now we're over 500. I'm waiting on that 1,000 to come. That 1,000 comes, and I have been trying to think about what I'm going to do for a giveaway, because y'all know that I love to give away stuff. It's just the I'm hot, y'all. I'm burning up. My hair is so hot. I love doing giveaways. And Blaine's always telling me you don't have to have a reason to do a giveaway, but you do have to have the shipping money, which is true. I'm fixing to put my hair up, y'all, because I am burning up. We didn't come on here for a beauty show, y'all. So there we go. Y'all know I won't cut it, but I'm burning up. Ooh. You were going to invite them, but didn't want to be tacky. Would love y'all to join the Squirrel Squad. Yes, go over there. D is, everybody loves D. Everybody. I love D. We've known D, I think since we started, a little over a year ago. We've known D a long time. And she is really wonderful about inviting you into her Squirrel Squad and letting you tell people that you have a channel and let them come over and check you out. And you also subscribe to their channels, and it helps build their channels too. We've helped people just by going into these live. We have helped people, get like over 100 subscribers in, like maybe over an hour of being on there. You can just go on there and click on their name and go. It says go to channel, subscribe, go, and it'll put D down in the bottom. Just pull D back up, and she will shout you out. If the chat's going so fast that people can't see you, D will shout you out and say, "Hey, so and so just came in the room. Everybody check them out," so that we can all pass the love around. That's right, Lily. Pass that love around. It is, D. It's a subathon. Yep. And also, I'm bad about forgetting this because I'm good at forgetting. So I shouldn't say bad. I'm good at forgetting. Um, when you do a video, write down a list of people that you have watched that you like, whether they have been out there, 6 or 7 years, or whether they just started, especially the newbies, the ones that just started. Write their names down, and on your video, you can't do a whole long list of 100 of them, but you could mention maybe, 3 or 4 in each video of, I saw these people, they're new, would y'all go check them out? Or I saw these people that have been out there for a while, maybe you've not heard about, go and check them out. And then, people will give you shout outs too. And if you've got somebody like Granny D on your side, you're going to get some shout outs and you're going to get a lot of subscribers. So be prepared for your giveaways because they love the giveaways too. There are some people that will join for the giveaways, but there are some people that just genuinely love you and love what you do for the Yarny community. And y'all got to tell me, I'm curious, what's going on with YouTube and what do y'all think? I only saw a couple of people's opinion. That's awesome, Teresa. Wonderful, Karen. Thank you. See, y'all bound to be over 40 now. Y'all got to be over 40 people. We love you, Granny D. I'm telling you. Oh, God, Blaine. Hey, people are asking online, where are you? Oh, are you busy? Oh, well, why don't you stop doing what you're doing and come say hello to everybody? Sure. Sure. Okay. Besides, there's something crawling over by your chair and I'm scared to go look. All right, bye. Blaine's coming. She's coming. She's coming. There's something over there moving, y'all, and I'm not going over there. Blaine, I tried to see what it was. Something is moving over there.
Probably a mouse.
I don't want to know what it is. But something over in that. I looked in that box right there.
Probably a mouse. Got me in here in my nightgown.
Well, at least it's long.
Not really. Now I want to sit over here while something's crawling, really.
Got to move this over so I can put you in the frame. All right, there she is. We got a lot of new people in here that we haven't seen.
Okay. Why don't you have the chat pulled up on your phone?
There you go. That's your job. Fiber Hearts is here, which is a duo, her and her husband, but it's her tonight, Karen.
Okay.
Yep. She said, Blaine.
Hey.
Granny D's here. Hook me up crochet. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. Lily's here. Let's see. Paige BD Crochet Creations is here. She said, hey, Blaine.
Hey, everybody. I was back there crocheting on a cat for Mia and trying to get Mia to go to sleep.
Teresa's on here.
Got me out here looking dead.
Got that wrench ready to pop somebody.
Y'all forgive my pale.
Decent. Hey, girlfriend.
I actually did my makeup again today. I had to wipe it off already.
There is a new channel. It's called Two-Non-Yarn Snobs.
Okay.
And
Last time we did a laugh.
did you? I didn't.
so.
And I apologize if you were on there and I didn't. But I subscribed to our channel. They only have 30-something. I imagine they're over 40 now.
No, Teresa, she still hasn't gone to sleep yet. She's back there watching a TV show.
And it's here. Lily says, hi, beautiful
Hey,
lady.
Lily.
Hey, Lily, I already spoke to you. Or are you talking about Blaine? Oh, I think she's talking about you.
She's talking about me with the porcelain.
She's talking about you. If y'all have not been to Lily's channel, you've got to
Thank
go
you,
and look at
Teresa.
the beautiful stuff she does.
I was joking actually with the Avon representative the other night. She was doing a video on our new foundation that I got, and I told her I had ordered some.
Guilty crocheter.
But I had to buy the lightest, the palest shade is how I said it. She said, no, that's more like the porcelain doll
Quilty.
beauty look. I'm like, yeah, I'm just pale, so I have to buy the pale
I'm
color.
sorry. Quilty crocheter. I'm so sorry. I just subscribed through our channel. I said guilty. Are you a guilty crocheter? Because
I'm a guilty crocheter. I finally got my Crojo back. I was working on trying to finish that animal, and then I've got to work on these blankets that I've got going.
They asked how everybody was doing.
And I made 2 tiny ice creams, but there's not here anymore because I made them for my niece and my nephew, and they already took them.
Right. She had asked Miss Terry where she got that pattern from for the little backpack buddies.
Okay, Kathy, I'll look at it when I get back to my phone, but my phone's actually back there in my room.
I want to do that divine hat. Kim
I'm
at
still
the
gonna do
Crafter
this.
Nomad said she's addicted to it, and Jane Wynn said that it was so easy. I want to do that because if it works up really fast, I love fast projects that I can donate. And with winter right around the corner, hats, that's my thing. That's what I'm looking for right now, fast and easy hat patterns.
I am still going to do those Care Bears, Kathy. I just haven't got to do them yet. I've got to finish all these other projects that need to be done for like birthdays.
Thank you, Paige and Teresa. Thank you.
But I'm excited when I get done with the stuff I'm working on. I want to start working on those Care Bears and make all of them. And I'm probably not going to get rid of them. I'm just going to keep them because I love the Care Bears.
We also have a Facebook page, same name as it is here. If you want to join, you can ask Blaine on Facebook Messenger. Her name is Blaine Baldwin, Baldwin. And she will accept you into the group because she's the admin. She's the boss. She even has a bag that says Boss Lady.
It says Boss Life.
But I thought it said Boss Lady.
Boss Life. Because that's the Avon slogan is Boss Life.
It has to do with her Avon, but it happens at all.
Because the slogan for Avon is "This is Boss Life." So, the hat pattern is on Ravelry Free. Is what Teresa just put on there. That's
Yeah.
where Mom got it.
Yeah. Blaine helped me download it onto my phone, but
She fussed about it anyway.
I fussed about it because I have to, make it bigger, and then when you make it bigger on my phone to see it, you see like 4 words.
And then she doesn't understand.
So you got to scroll over here and then scroll over here, but Blaine has a printer.
Yes, Blaine does. Blaine's
Blaine
gonna need
could-
some more ink next month.
That's not my fault. She hasn't printed anything for me. But she
I've
could
printed
print
out a
that one.
pattern for one blanket, which is, granted, it's 15 different block patterns, and then some school stuff for Mia, and that's all I've printed.
Right.
But my black's gonna run low.
Right. I wonder, whenever you have a printer and it uses a lot of
with the hell,
background or a
Lily?
lot of color, it goes fast.
Good night, Paige.
Good night, Paige. Yep, we'll see you later. Oh, my bruise hurts. some big old bruise from yesterday.
Yep. Shouldn't be throwing yourself down.
I had to show it to Janine today, and she wasn't happy.
I told you quit throwing yourself down.
Yeah, whenever Blaine doesn't treat me right, I'll just throw myself down on the floor and get a bruise for no reason.
She just throws a fit like a toddler. She throws herself on the floor and.
Her and one of my dear friends, Kathleen, have got on to me about, there's a better way of getting attention than having a seizure. You could just have a fit like my granddaughters.
Katie, I've been alive
Hey,
quite
Katie.
a while now. And I just now came in here. It's been live. Of just
Wait a
being Mama.
minute. Katie, I've been in here. Am I not just as important as Blaine? I know y'all are close, but really.
I just came in here a minute ago. I haven't been in here this whole time, so.
Live, not alive.
Well, I just said I've been alive for quite a while.
And Katie, she did tell me your dilemma, and I am so sorry.
Teresa said, "How did you fall down?" She was being a drama
How
queen.
did I fall down? I trip over my own feet, really. It doesn't take, it can be air. I always do things in a fast pace, in a hurry. Have y'all ever seen me crochet?
She doesn't watch where she's going.
That's basically what it is. And what happened yesterday is I was doing something in the kitchen, and when I started to fall, I went to grab the cabinet where the sink is, and I bruised both of these hands right here and didn't catch myself quick enough and fell back on my rear end and rolled back over on my back, because everybody knows, like, I'm heavy. I'm not getting up easy. Blaine can't pull me up. So I have to wait and crawl around in the floor and then get in a position to push myself up to get up out of the floor. Because of all the steroids and stuff, I've gained a whole lot of weight.
But you're different than me. If I fall, I'm just going to lay there.
Yeah, Blaine will
This
just
is
lay
like,
there.
this is just where I live
She
now. This is
fell.
my life.
She fell in or out of the shower? Getting in?
I didn't fall. I slipped and jerked my back and had to sit down.
All the way at the other end of the house. You cannot hear anything. And
It was a shower stall, not a full shower.
I
Just a
saw her
stall.
coming down the hallway limping, and I got up and went to her, and I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "No, I fell back there, and I've been screaming and beating on the wall for 15 minutes. I'm like, I didn't know.
So I just sat I sat down in the bottom of the shower until I could get back up.
There's Pam.
Well, I'm sorry, Katie. I didn't think about it because when she went live, I was back in my room with Mia, and I've just been back there until she called me and made me come in here.
Wait a minute. She knew I was going live because she set up the computer and showed
I
me how
didn't
to
say
do
I
it.
didn't know. I said I didn't think about it because I was back there when you actually went live.
She knew.
I set it up when you were still in there making your coffee in my cup because you couldn't do that first because you made your hot cream water.
Such a tattletale. All right, y'all. Some of you new people don't know. Blaine will take pictures of something and put it on our Facebook page. Make me look strange.
You are strange.
So we were moving, and I picked up a box of hers, and at the top of the box was a little thing of cotton yarn, Premier Home cotton yarn, and a can of some people in the South call them Viennas. Some people call them Viennas. However you want to call them, little
Vienna
sausages.
Either way,
Together.
that was not my bag to begin with. They just
were
got
together.
put in my box.
They were together, so I laid them out on the tile floor, and I took a picture of them. I'm like, we're trying to move, and here's Blaine. She's got yarn and a snack, in case she gets hungry while she's moving.
Never did.
And what was it? Oh, what brought that on is while we were packing to move, she found a tote with a lid on it that I had forgot all about that was half full of clearance from last year, from 2018, from Hobby Lobby. Busted me out, took a picture, and put that on Facebook. And so everybody was laughing about me hiding stuff.
So fast forward to today.
Well, I went into her room. Of course, I always knock. I knocked on her door, and she said, "Come in." And it's been maybe 2 weeks ago or more. Her and Lamia were in the bathtub with their clothes on, because they have the big giant garden tub, making
Slime.
slime, homemade slime.
Where's the best place to make slime if you know you're going to make a mess? sit in the
Right.
bathtub so that when you're done, you can just wash
So,
it down the drain.
I didn't have my phone on me to get a picture of that. But we have 2 bathrooms, and there's 4 girls living here.
I am always hungry,
So,
Teresa. I'm actually
Jordan-
hungry right now.
Jordan was in this bathroom, and I had to use one. So I went rushing back there, and I'm like, Blaine, I need to use your bathroom. She said, come on in and go. I'm in there, and when I start to walk out, I notice this little tote container.
With our slime
Y'all seen
stuff
some
in
of
it.
my little containers without lids on them that are on my shelves. That has all the ingredients for slime in there. Detergent, the glue. What else in there? Baby powder.
Baby powder, lotion,
Yeah, lotion.
contact solution.
Sitting by the toilet. And I tell Blaine, I said, I ought to take a picture of your toilet with your collection of slime making ingredients
Because sometimes
show
you just want to make slime on the toilet, okay?
to show people what you do while you're in the bathroom.
Some people play on their phone while they're in there. Maybe I can make some slime, okay? If I'm going to be there a while, I might as well have some kind of entertainment.
We're always trying to catch each other doing something that looks questionable.
And she thinks that y'all want a picture of my toilet up here.
Now, I thought it's funny that all the ingredients
So
for the
anyway,
slime's next to the toilet.
Let's fast forward to tonight with your hot cream water. Mom was going to make her some coffee
Some of them
before the live. So she put the water in the back of the Keurig and she put her cup under there with her creamer and her sugar. It was white.
look like milk.
I said, what happened? And she said, well, I put the water in there. I put my cup under there with my cream and my sugar in it. And then I turned it on. She never put a coffee pot in it. So it was just hot water.
I had my
Went
spoon.
down in
I
her
was
cream and sugar.
It looked like milk, but I had my spoon. I was smelling of it. I said, it smells good. It smells like some hot, creamy water.
It was hot water with creamer and sugar.
I bet it was good if I drank it that way. So she told me, she said, go get, see, my mug was like this, like the Campbell soup mug y'all see me drink out of.
Yeah, she asked me, what do I do now? I said, well, go get my giant mug and put just straight coffee in it, then pour your cream water.
That's what I had to do to make it tolerable or waste all that creamer. I was like, I'm not wasting that creamer. Y'all know creamer's scarce around here. So is ice cream.
You could have just drank the cream water. I mean, whatever. I actually have coffee.
I could have. I can't remember who it is. It was a man. But I was watching a YouTube video one night, and he was like, what's in my cup? Water. He said, people always ask him what's in his cup. And he said what was in his cup was warm water. Because warm water is great for your digestive system. And he had a cup of warm water. I mean, he tilted it and showed the camera.
I drink warm water all the time. It's just filtered water that's filtered either through coffee or tea bags. I filter my water through the coffee beans or the tea bag, and then I drink it. I'm just going to have to go back to my room because somebody just come in here out of bed.
We'll stay with you guys.
You're supposed to be in bed.
She said, I'm going to stay with you guys. All right, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see the color. You can't because the light's going to blow it out. It is
Hey, Mia.
blue, pink, and green.
You gotta
Hey.
go back to bed.
I'll show you what it is. It
Yeah.
is so
I'm
silky.
just gonna come with you, baby.
No.
Stitch Studio storybook in the
No.
color. How come it never tells the color on these things?
I like this color.
Storybook fanfare. Petit 4
Hey, Mom.
is what it's called.
Hey.
It's got pink. No, I'm not green. I'm sorry. Pink, purple, and blue. Or does that have green?
That's like green.
Well, it has a little bit of mint green. But then I have 3 of these, which are plenty enough. Let's see. What size? I was trying to see how big the ball is. Is it
That's you.
4.9 ounces, 140 grams, 233 meters, or 255 yards? Anyway, I have 3 of these, and I have 1 of this larger, which is Bernat Softy Baby, 5 ounce, 140 gram. I'm using together to make a baby blanket for Creative Grandma had posted a cause on there where they were accepting baby blankets, lapgans. If you want to make full-size blankets, you can. And then I think it was Teresa that Teresa, did you do a public service announcement today? Or was it Madonna? About the Linus blankets? Anyway, that Creative Grandma is gathering for the people from the Hurricane Dorian. But the address that Glenda put on her in her box was not her address. It was to a law firm. The law firm's
Granny
the one.
D said it was Madonna.
Madonna. Okay, that's right. The address to mail them to is to a law firm in Pennsylvania. So that's what I'm doing with that baby blanket. And I'm still working on Jordan's corner to corner. I showed you that I found my squares, that my poncho is going to be done. I've got to get it done by this winter because I obviously hid it from myself and didn't do it last winter.
I'm going to make cardigans.
That's all I have
Before
in
winter.
progress, isn't it?
Which means we don't have winter here anyway, so it don't matter.
Right. I saw that meme that somebody put on Facebook about Florida. It said it is fall in Florida now. Do you know what's changed? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's the way we feel in Mississippi. Blaine was asking me.
Fall, and it was 95 degrees.
Blaine was asking me, when does Mississippi have fall? And I told her, you would think at the age of 26 and a half that she would know we only have 2 seasons here, and that is winter and summer.
But I told her, I think I know why we have a season called fall. It's where it gets even hotter than summer, and people fall out.
That's what
That's
it is.
what it is. That's fall.
That's when you have a lot of storms.
And a lot of people fall out from the heat.
You have a lot of storms, and you have a lot of people falling out from the heat in the summer of Mississippi. And in the winter of Mississippi, you have a lot of people getting too cold and falling on ice and busting their rear ends. So that could be considered fall too.
65 there. Oh, I want to be there.
Where?
65 degrees. Where is that, Pam? Where you at? Heat index was 102 there. Yeah. It was so hot here. It was 95 degrees, but it was hotter than that because of the humidity.
When we went
Terrible.
to Jordan's physical therapy today,
Washington. See, we need to go to Washington. It's 65 degrees up there.
it was so hot in the lobby that it was crazy. I mean, crazy hot.
Mhm.
And then we went to my appointment at internal medicine about my seizures. What is it?
Mouse.
A mouse.
Yes. It just jumped down there.
I told y'all I heard something over there.
It better not have messed with my yard.
Probably after them snacks that you order.
Probably.
Gotcha. Did y'all see that she hit me?
Did y'all see that? She deserves it.
Hey,
Don't give me a heart attack over here. It's a
That-
mouse like this big.
it's just a mouse. Think about Cindy Hart's, and Cindy Hart's crochet.
You lucky I held back my fist come up first. I was about to punch.
You'll knock my teeth out. Cindy Hart's crochet said something about a snake getting in her house
Woo.
several weeks ago, and she doesn't know. Blessed it was a mouse. We got to get some traps.
I'm a Taekwondo woman. My reflexes are dangerous. Don't do that to me. I just nearly punched my face.
I thought she was going to pee herself.
I seriously, I turned my fist come up and I was like, don't punch her. You're on camera. They can see you.
There is such thing as abuse of the
Ugh.
parents, right? This is like parental abuse.
That right there was mental abuse. Emotional abuse. Trying to
You better
Scare
get
me.
any yarn that's over there because
You better get over there because now my heart's racing. I'm gonna die.
I have one mouse trap left. You can have and put it over there. You okay?
No, my heart's racing.
Didn't mean to
I already don't
scare
like them. Oh, we have mice. We don't have just a mouse.
Alpaca my yarn.
We have a couple of mice.
Mad's Design. Alpaca my yarn. Mad's Designs. Teresa, do you know if she still has that snake, or if they had, if it's she's found it?
You better not let that get my yarn.
I can't stop it from eating your yarn.
I'm gonna blame you if it eats my yarn because you
Hello, Alpaca.
frightened me.
I don't know if you came in time. My daughter saw a mouse,
And my mom's trying to kill me.
and I just touched her.
And it was near my yarn for my cardigan.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay if it eats everything else in the house as long as it doesn't get the yarn.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'll be right back. Let me grab that.
Get off my
mouse
yarn.
trap. Oh my goodness.
I got yarn over here that has to be protected.
Here.
Trying to make sure. Hang on. I'm trying to make sure I ain't chewed nothing. Better not have chewed this. We will fight.
Yeah, because Katie made that. She'll have to
And
make
I
another
will
one.
win if we fight. It didn't get it.
Probably going after your snack
I
bag.
dare you to come back.
Okay, that was exciting.
Hold on, just don't let it fall. Hey, don't let my stuff fall.
Don't let your yarn fall.
Yeah, there's another one down here. No yarn left behind. Ugh. Oh, there's two more down there. All my yarn. I'm just gonna sit with my yarn now.
There we go. She has a yarn cake. Are you gonna pop up out of the cake? I hope not, because you'll scare me.
Good.
That was funny. I don't care who you are.
I shouldn't have pulled that punch, I'm telling you.
Well, you should have, because slapping your mama's not right. You know that saying, want to make you slap your mama? That's not what you do. That's just a saying.
Well, scaring me is not right either.
I didn't think I scared you. The mouse scared you.
What food you getting? I want some food.
Who's getting food?
Katie.
We
She has not found the snake. Ooh. It's gross.
Maybe it left. That's what I'm thinking. But it also kind of scares me about having mice in a house, because mice attract snakes. But we had my nephew come over and put snake away around everything, but we had rain a lot since then too, so we really need to do it again. Living out in the country.
Yes, Dee, that's what I'm worried about, is I'm missing on my yarn or eating it. Because I told y'all, in the house we lived in, before we moved here last year, I started me a cardigan, and I got it like halfway done
Mm-hmm.
and had to lay it down so that I could do a blanket. And when I
Right.
went back to pick it up, a mouse had done eat a hole like this big in the cardigan that wasn't even finished, and then ate the yarn that I was crocheting into it. So I had to throw it all away.
But I don't know if she told y'all at that time that she had a big stash of Halloween candy in there, and that
No, that
she
was Mia's stash of Halloween candy.
she was actually killing the mice by sugar overdose.
I was putting them in comas.
They were in diabetic coma, I'm sure.
I was finding like empty Snickers wrappers.
You find 5 or 6 of these wrappers of, these little square things. You find one little mouse this big going,
dead.
he's in a sugar coma. Okay.
I killed the mice with candy. They said
I've
kill
heard
them
of-
with kindness.
I've heard
okay?
of killing them with kindness,
I
but
killed
I've
'em with
never
kindness.
heard of killing them with
Is
candy.
everything okay over here?
No,
Yeah.
there was a mouse trying to get my stuff. And Mom tried to scare me half to death. I nearly punched her in the face.
Mom, why would you want to scare her half to death? Would you
Yeah,
want to
because
get
it's
punched
so-
in the face?
It's so easy.
See, now I'm be walking around half dead.
Yeah, but if you punch me in the face, I have all these witnesses, and I have a good lawyer.
I have witnesses that you deserved it. Ain't it with me? I'm not scared of the mouse itself. It's that I don't see it coming and jumps out of nowhere. Then I'm scared.
Right.
I don't like jump scares. Like if I see it, I'm not scared. But if I'm standing somewhere and it just runs across the floor, I'm gonna jump and scream.
What's Tunon saying? overrun with mice 3 years ago and had a total of 3 snakes come in.
Ooh. I'd have been moving.
Remick, REMIK.
I would have moved.
The co-op is over there. You know where the co-op is on Easton Boulevard. We need to go over there and get some of that Remick. That's what I've been using, Enid, is the glue traps, and it works wonderful. But the thing is, we moved in here in July, and we have already caught about 6 or 7 mice, but they're, little.
Little field mice.
We even got 2 on the same trap one time. And they were trying to help each other get off the trap, and that was pitiful. That was really
They're
pitiful.
like little field mice.
Man, I would help you, but I'm glued down myself. It reminded me of what is his name with Lieutenant Dan? Forrest Gump. You're welcome, Karen. See, it's not that we plan on trying to entertain people. It just happens.
We're just
When you do a live, you can't edit it out.
Yeah.
So Blaine had a scare.
Can I go back to bed now?
Well, we did have a couple of kittens, and we were hoping to grow them up into cats. And Blaine's allergy was so bad with it, and I was having trouble with the litter, because we even tried buying the really expensive litter, and it still has a lot of dust. So I'd have to cover my face, to empty the litter pan, because it was just dusty. And between her sneezing and my sneezing, and then Jordan started sneezing, we just decided, that is pretty. Where'd you get that?
Got it last year.
I really like that color.
I think that's
Turkish Delight.
I tried to give you that. You still haven't
That
taken
is a
it.
pretty color, isn't it?
Make sure ain't nothing down there that can be
This is
smelled.
from her last year.
You know my stuff.
Karen cakes from last year. From Michael's. I think when they did their
Yes,
clearance.
Probably. Yeah.
That's a really pretty color. And I just gave her, she's going to have a nice blanket if she works it up. I just gave
I'm not
her.
doing a blanket out of that.
What are you going to
I'm
do?
doing a cardigan.
Oh,
Why are you touching my stuff?
I just gave her 6 of these, trying to get them out of my way. The chunky.
Because she didn't want them.
I obviously wanted them at one point because I bought 6 of them, and they're all purple. When I was selling mystery boxes, I got rid of the 3 blue ones I had, and I have 6 purple.
Now that I've given y'all a good
Well-
laugh, I'm going to bed. Love y'all. I gotta go make sure Mia goes to sleep.
An item called Tomcat really works, and cats and dogs can't eat it. We are having mice problems. With her seeing that one, I think that's going to be like number 7. Hopefully we'll catch it with that glue trap, and I'll get some more glue traps, but that's not going to be enough. We live out in the country, and I don't want any snakes around. So, I need to get some more snake away, and I need to get something else for the glue. The glue traps. I need something besides the glue traps. The glue traps are good in some areas where you see them running, you can catch them that way. But sometimes when you can hear them and you can't catch them and you don't know exactly where they are, is where we need something different. But I don't think it hurt her shawl that Katie had made her. Beautiful shawl. So I don't think it got in her yarn. Everything's all right. It just scared her, and she and I are like that all the time. We're always picking at each other. And Pam, it is a struggle sometimes. And it's hard because sometimes they breed faster and grow faster than you can get rid of them. The ones that I've been getting have been little bitty I mean, not little bitty babies, but you know, like an inch long, inch and a half long. Those are not grown. Now, I hate to tell y'all this, but I'm going to anyway. The place where we live, the stove is extremely old. It's safe. We've had it checked out by the gas man and everything, and you know, where it runs on gas. But you have to lay the floor on your belly to reach your arm to light the pilot to this oven if the pilot goes out. And it went out on me one night, and Blaine wasn't here. She was at karate. And I called the gas man. I told him, I'm sorry to bother you at home, but I need to know how to light this pilot. So he talked me through it. And then I kept smelling something. I said, I'm smelling propane. He said, you can't. If that's lit, you're not smelling it because it burned off. I said, I'm smelling something. He said, well, open it again and see if it stayed lit. And I opened the door again, and there's 2 spots here on the sides. And then the spot in the center is where you put your arm in to light the pilot. And on this side was a dead rat as big as my fist. And I had to get it out of there, and I didn't want to touch it. That's where I wasted some of our glue traps. I closed it back up, and I waited for Blaine to get home, and she's like, I can't do it. So I got 2 of our bits of glue traps, and I like grabbed it with one that wasn't big enough to grab with, struggled to pull it out. But anyway, after we moved here, and I think that it was in there before we moved in. What's MBR? I must have missed that. Hey, Sandra, you just missed Blaine. She went back to her room. We were just having fun. Blaine saw a mouse, and it scared her. She was looking over there on the other side of her chair. I poked her in the ribs, and she hit me on the arm. She's like, she shouldn't have pulled her punch, but her Taekwondo instructor has been teaching her to pull her punches so she don't hurt people because she's so little. She's doing it for, first of all, she got a family discount because several people in our family do it. And the more that do it, the bigger the discount. But she's doing it, you know, to keep her calm and centered, and also for self-protection of self-defense. That's what I'm thinking about. Self-defense. The most southern thing I think you've ever seen? What? Was us with the mouse? Oh, the possum in Dee's kitchen. Now, I heard about that. Dee, did you ever get rid of it? Is it gone? I never did find out if it's gone. It is, Sandra. Mia is taking it, my granddaughter Lorelai, and my grandson Carson. Hi, how are you? Diana, Blaine just went back to her room. Y'all just missed her. We were having fun in here. Yeah, I think kickboxing would be better. They're doing a lot of kicking, though. Oh, you heard Dee's creature on live stream? Oh, yeah. Y'all saw the huge tail? I missed it. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I hear you, Dee. I didn't see it. Oh, animal control came and helped you get rid of it. I'm glad you got rid of it. It bothers me about Cindy possibly having a snake in her house. And I don't want to have any mice in here. I remember when I was a teenager looking, I opened the 2 cabinets under the sink looking for some pan. I think I was going to make pop. And there was 2 beady eyes looking back at me, and I shut it real quick. Now I went and I told my dad, I said, there was something in the cabinet. He said, I don't know. He said, what, was it a mouse? I said, no, it was too big to be a mouse. So he went in there real quietly, and he opened up the doors real quietly, and it was this big possum. This thing was probably, it was grown. It was full grown. Maybe a foot long, or maybe not even a foot long yet, but its tail was just as long as its body. And my dad said, Loretta, those are dangerous. He said, go in the other room with your mom. Y'all stay in there and stay up on the furniture, like up on the sofa or something, because I'm fixing to running out of here. And he had some gloves that he wore way up here for welding and stuff. And he had to get that thing out of there between his thick gloves and a broom. It took him a while to get it out of there, but he got it out of the house. Madonna was saying, burn down the house. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. I'm surprised that Cindy's dog, Goliath, has not done anything. You know, if there is a snake in the house, but then again, I don't know Goliath. But she said that sometimes Goliath is restless and he will like look around and sniffing and stuff. So he may know that it's there, but he hasn't found it yet. So maybe he'll get it out of there for her. Well, Dee, if you had left and went to your brother's or stayed at a hotel, you would have just gave it free rein to run around the whole house. We don't realize it, that they're really more afraid of us than we are of them. The reason that they jump out and stuff like that is because we scare them. Enid, I cannot handle a snake. The only thing to me about a good snake is a dead snake. I don't like snakes. Good night, Lily. Have a good night. We love you. Your hound lab? I don't have my dogs anymore. Before my husband died, I had 3 dogs. And Pam, I am too. I will freeze. I am so terrified of snakes. I will freeze right where I'm at. We had 3 dogs. My little one got hit by a car. We were on a motorcycle ride for doing a run for children, and he heard us coming down the road, and we let him play outside because he was a house dog and he would never leave, right close to the porch. But we think that what happened to him was after the motorcycles had come through, some more vehicles had come through, and he was hit by a car. And then I had Enid. I don't want to reptiles. Dee, they may think you're crazy if they don't return your calls. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I had 2 other big dogs. One was a oh my goodness, what was she? An Akita Shepherd, a solid white Akita Shepherd. And then I had a brown and sable colored German Shepherd. And I had to get rid of my German Shepherd because he tried to attack my husband. But my husband had gotten angry at me, and he had an empty Mountain Dew bottle, and he threw it at me. He didn't throw it at me. He knew better. I would have knocked him out. But he threw it at my feet, and Hannibal, yes, his name was Hannibal Lecter, Hannibal wanted to eat him up. So, we worked out our issues and everything, and he was like, Hannibal's got to go, or I've got to go. We can't be here together. So I started searching for him, and I was even born. But we found a lady that her husband had died, and she had had a German Shepherd. Her German Shepherd went outside when her husband was carried outside, and it wouldn't come back in the house. So she wanted something for protection. So Hannibal went to live with her and just immediately started listening to her. I introduced him, and spent a little time with him, and then turned him over to her. And so that was that. And then, yeah, back then, Eden, I wish I had kept Hannibal. Gypsy was our Akita Shepherd, and Blaine went to live with her dad when she was 16, and Raiden was the one that was hit by a car. He was a miniature Doberman, and he was red. He loved Blaine so much. He was actually Blaine's little doggy, and all of them had caught parvo from a dog that lived near us that died of parvo. And we had spent a lot of money with all three of them in the hospital, and they all three survived parvo, which is very rare. And the doctor said if they survive parvo, hey, Jackie, that chances are they'll never get it again. So they all survived. It cost us a lot of money, but they all survived because they were all hospitalized. But when I went to pick Raiden up at the doctor, when he was getting released, not with me, so he latched onto me, and the doctor said that it was probably because he had been in such pain and he'd been missing the family that I would have been his rescuer. So he didn't want Blaine, he wanted me. So Blaine got to spend more time with Gypsy, so Gypsy became her dog. So when she went to her dad's, she took Gypsy up there with her, and her dad got attached to Gypsy being she was a big dog. He would call her a horse. And somebody killed her. After several months of her living up there, somebody had killed her. Somebody shot her. And I just don't want any more animals right now because of the things that are going on. We can just pick up and go and not have to worry about, a pet sitter or renting a kennel. I like the idea. I love pets. I love pets. I love cats. I love dogs. I don't love snakes or rodents. But I would like to have a cat or a dog. But like I said, I don't like having to find a sitter if we have to jump and go somewhere. Let me see, Jackie. Have we subscribed to your? Let me find you on here. Let me go to your channel real quick. No, we didn't. It says you've got 196 subscribers, but no recent activity. Are you going to have activity on there? If so, I will subscribe. Enid, we had a lab once, and we wanted to keep him in, but the vet suggested against it because he said that a lab actually, when they get to it, when they're completely grown, their mind is about the size, their thoughts and all are about like a 2-year-old. Let's play, let's play, let's play. So they jump up and down on everything in the house. They wag their tail that hits stuff. So, I mean, you can't have with a busy lab, you can't have lamps and things like that or any nice furniture because they're constantly wanting to play. And he said it was just like a toddler stuck in the toddler mind if it's time to play. Yeah. Hey, Sandy, how are you? Jackie, do you have any content? Or are you going to put content on there? Almost 200 subscribers. Do you craft? I'm going to go ahead and subscribe. Now you've got one more. Sandy, I saw your video about Octavia, and I'm so sad. That does make me sad to think that things are going to change in January to all of us when everybody's been so great about building a good yarny community, and then we've not been trying to target kids items to kids and stuff, and then we may lose our channels because of that. I mean, Blaine watched it, and she does the amigurumi, and she loves that. She sold a couple of pieces, not on YouTube, but to people that a lady that we do know that we're friends with that has a special needs child just like we do, and to a woman that she knows, another Avon representative, wanted something for a grandchild for Christmas last year. But other than that, she doesn't try stuff. Yeah, I know, Sandy. I know that. I mean, everybody loves Octavia. Everybody does. If they don't, they haven't seen her. But I'm very heartbroken over what they may do. And I agree with Jane. Why working on some of these commercials or something? I mean, we're not doing anything wrong. I don't think we're doing what they say that we're trying to do. I think we're just learning how to make things, discussing patterns with each other, swapping yarn and fun items pertaining to our craft with each other, and having a good time creating things, watching other people create things. I hope that there is going to be some kind of clarification in the terminology, because I mean, there is a news channel that I watch that they have been buzzed so many times they cannot use certain words like IRAN. They have to say Ryan, because it is it's a control bot that's picking up on what they say, and they're having to be really careful even when they read. If they're reading articles that have come out like in USA Today or whatever, or come out on the Today Show or anything like that, they still are not allowed to say those things online. So he has to use some kind of weird way of changing the word around so that what he's talking about, but the bot that's watching him doesn't catch it. What eats ticks? Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Sandy. It's dumb. It's getting bad. But y'all, it's only going to get worse. Enid, right after my husband died, I bought a 2-story house that was a fixer-upper, and we were fixing it upper. And it had 2 giant, what is that? What is it? Oak trees. That's what it was. 2 giant oak trees in the front yard, one on one side, one on the other. The whole front yard was an acre, and it's 2 giant oak trees there. And we would sit out there and watch. In the wintertime, you could sit on my porch with the lights off. You could see deer come up from the backyard, walk out there and eat the acorns on the ground, and then circle around and go back right past you, right past the house, past the porch. Teresa, I got it. All of you people in here that are new. Oh, Pam, it's okay. Don't be sorry if you've got to. We understand it's already 10:46 here in Mississippi. I don't know if that's Central Standard Time or I've had enough coffee time. You new people that are on here, I mean, that are newer than us, don't be afraid to, yeah, Old Soul Crochet. She only does animals. That's right. Don't be afraid to branch out and open your channel up. If you crochet or you knit, open your channel up and do stuff. And don't let people bully you. You've got other people that'll stand beside you. I know in this room right here, Teresa, Katie, Enid, Dee, see, I'm talking about ones I've known for a long time. Sandra, the ones that I've known for many, many months. They're going to stand up for you whenever you come up against a bully. Yeah, Sandy, you're right. She's really at risk because that's all she does. And I've been trying to figure out a way. I told Blaine, I don't know what to tell her about her amigurumi unless she does if she does a blanket in front of the camera and talks about, a pattern that she done. She could say something like, you could go to our Facebook for photos, or you can look in the description box of a subject matter that I had worked on, something like that. Sandy, I was just saying there's a lot of when they're getting into the YouTube, they're being pushed out from the bullies, and they shouldn't let people push them out. They've got just as much right to be here. Petra loves to do that also. You're right, Teresa. Okay, Katie, can somebody share that post? Do any of y'all have that post handy? Katie, YouTube is making some changes in January. Right now, the way I understand it is you're not going to be able to have anything like, behind you on your channel, any pictures, any kind of memorabilia, anything, any works of art that you're working on, like Blaine worked on the amigurumis. You're not going to be able to have anything that targets children, like you're trying to draw a child's attention to clip-on ice cream to go on their backpack, or a stuffed unicorn. And I think it's geared toward of YouTubers. I think there's a few men out there that crochet, but not, and there's a few that knit, but not a lot. I mean, Smell Great Guy, he has his own channel, but he doesn't target children, so he's not any harm at all. He does a lot of hats and stuff. Right, like Terry's Backpack Buddies. Blaine has been making of those. Terry told her where she got the pattern from. So Blaine started making them, but they're not going to be able to. And Terry's made a lot of barnyard yard, but like the Zika She's made, I think, a bear, I think alligator or a crocodile over the last year. I don't know what all she's made, a lot. Ella has too. Hey Samantha, we're doing good. How are you? Come on in and join us. Do you crochet or knit? Right, Sandy. That's hard. When you're monitored by a robot, that cannot be. If you wanted to appeal their decision, you're not going to have an argument because the bot is going to be right. Katie, you're absolutely right. Now, see, I agree with that. Why not, limit your kids on YouTube if you don't want them on here? Because y'all know, I don't let, and it's really up to Blaine because it's her daughter, but I like her daughter being on camera much, or any of my grandchildren, or Jordan for that matter, being on camera much because people target certain people. So sometimes I'll let him get on there for a second, but I don't even think I'm going to do that anymore. Jackie, see, that's going to be so hard. Crochet dolls and animals. That is going to be so hard. It's not going to be bullying as far as people are concerned. It is going to be YouTube making that decision. I haven't seen one at Walmart yet, Sam. Thank you, Diana. You sent it to Katie. Katie, you might get some kind of understanding of it. But now, I'm not a confrontational kind of person, but I really don't think that we should take this lying down. I think that we all need to band together and let them know that in a nice way, a nice, proper way, that we're not doing anything wrong. So, really, what they're doing to us is wrong. We're not doing anything wrong. We haven't, you know, targeted trying to sell items to kids. We only make things. Now, if a child wants it, that's going to happen. If they watch TV and see a commercial on TV, that's going to be big marketing. That sounds cool, Samantha. I agree, Katie, but you've got kids nowadays that are just to the point where they will throw a fit if they don't have a cell phone or a tablet or a computer or something in their hands at all times. They don't use their imagination like they did when we were little. When we were little and our parents told us to go outside and play, that's because they didn't want the house messed up and we played outside. I remember when I was young, I had a kitchen set out there and I had a bicycle and I had inside toys too. But then my dad also built a shed for our outside toys to keep them out of the weather. And then he hooked up electricity to it. So if we wanted to play in there in the summertime, we would have a fan or an air conditioner blowing in there. Or we could bring our toys outside the shed and play with them. But we didn't know what a cell phone was and a tablet and a computer. Yep, that does fall back on the parents. Sandy, about the free speech, the sad thing is, really, there is no such thing as free speech. Just like I have the feeling that we have the right to vote because the Constitution says we do, but does our vote really count? Same thing about free speech. there have been a few people that I know that have been arrested for free speech, and they're like, all I'm doing is using my right of free speech, and they got arrested for where they were having their free speech, and it should be anywhere in America, and they weren't trying to cause trouble, but they ended up getting arrested. Right, Teresa, we did too. It was hot back then. I don't think we played outside all day long, and we only went in to eat or go to the bathroom, like you said, until it started to get dark. It was bath time. We knew that it was time to come in and get a bath and get ready for bed. And we had fun too. Use our imagination. People nowadays are not using their imagination as much because they have Google. I bought my daughter a cup, and now they've got other ones with different sayings on them too, but it says, I don't need Google. My husband knows everything. And then I saw one the other day that said, I don't need Google. My mother knows everything. That's okay, Sandy. Well, I asked about it anyway. I asked what y'all thought about it because it is bad. It is coming. And we've all got to figure out what we want to do, and it affects our own channel. Or have some kind of suggestion for other people to help them with their channel, because we don't want our channels shut down. None of them. We don't want any of them shut down. I know you're devastated. That's why I think we should stick together and do something about it, but we've got to do it in an organized, nice fashion. Because I do mostly blankets and hats, and I give those to the needy. I don't know how to do. Hey, how are you? Come on in. It's Mimi. I don't know how to do amigurumi, and I just talked to Blaine yesterday about wanting to learn how, and now this has happened that's going to change in January. So, anyway, everybody that does amigurumis and things like that just needs to think of a different way of presenting their craft, I guess. It's kind of like asking somebody to change their whole way of thinking, like, changing who they are. Mimi, are you the one that's real close to Seta? The Cozy Fox. You are, I bet. Yep. I'm already subscribed to you. Yep, that's you. I've already subscribed to you a long time ago. When you and Seta, I think, did that swap, and then I watched you make mug rugs for each other, and a few times lately I've watched you when you're buying like secondhand items, and just you find some of the most beautiful things. Sandy, I think you're right. Because like I said, there's a news thing on YouTube that I watch that's already, the bots already having to make them change the way that they say things. They say, when they're talking about stuff going on in a different country, they have to use, what do you call it? Is it an algorithm? They twist the name around so you know who they're talking about, but they can't say the name right out. So they're already doing it. Well, Mimi, I think that was a good idea because I splash my coffee a lot because I feel my cup's too full. So I need some mug rugs. Acronyms. Okay. Thank you, Sandy. Teresa, my sister and I made mud pies, but the strangest thing was that she was bigger than me and stronger and made me eat them. But I'm still here. So she used to tell me, I would say, I'm going to tell mother because you made me eat that. And she would say, well, God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. So, I mean, how can I argue with that? I remember the honeysuckles. Where are they? Where are the honeysuckles now? Maybe they sound fun. Did you use just regular worsted weight or do you use chunky? What kind of yarn do you use? Or you just choose what you want at that time? Do you use cotton or does it matter? Samantha, I bet you're laughing at the mud pie meals that I had. I'm just so glad she didn't put anything else in there like noodles. It was just mud and water. With dirt and water. Was that red clay mud? So I've only seen one, Sandy. I don't know where they are. They're gone, I guess. The honeysuckles. The lightning bugs took off with the honeysuckles. That's the problem. Okay. I was just wondering, Mimi, if like a hot tea or a hot coffee would need a cotton rug or it could be anything. Katie, I never thought about that either. Where are the clovers? There's a lot of things missing, y'all, that we're just now thinking about. I don't know when's the last time I saw a honeysuckle vine. And I saw one lightning bug this summer. And I have not seen any clovers in a very long time. I don't even know when. I use acrylic more than anything, Mimi. I thought about making some of those. We have our family reunion every other year, and ours is coming up in 2020. And I usually make a lot of small things that I can give away. And then I usually make 2 big blankets, and I give everybody a little, and they don't have to buy it, because it's a family reunion. And then sometime within that day, I'll give away those 2 blankets, and they're really thrilled because they love homemade items. Last year, we made a lot of washcloths and soap sacks and hot pads and face scrubbies and all kind of things. And Jordan had a ball. I have a special needs child, Jordan, but she had a ball helping me as we just stood with the family that wanted to be involved, got behind us, and we just threw them over our shoulder, and let them catch. And then Jordan wanted to catch some too, so she was back there. That was in 2018. She was back there and she got her like 4 washcloths and she just loves them. And they're so easy to make. My mom helped me make up a bunch of them. And then I gave away 2 blankets. I think I took pictures of the blankets before I gave them away, but I did one in this Bernat. I had some solid pink. I had some solid, like a creamy white, and I had some variegated that had the red, pink, and white. And I did that over and over until I used all of it. It was a huge granny square, and I called it strawberry shortcake. That's what it reminded me of. They do. They're always expecting something. I don't have any idea what I'm going to make yet. I've got until October. We're going to do it in October next year. We usually do it around June, but we're going to do it in October. So that's what made me think about your little mug rugs. There are a lot of tea drinkers and coffee drinkers in my family, and I thought those would be really cute. to make up some of those, and throw them into the crowd. I think they love catching them as much as they love having a homemade item. And it's my mother and me and my daughter Blaine are the only ones really that crochet. But it's really fun. Or sometimes we make grab bags, and that's fun too. They like that too. Just go and buy some paper bags at the Dollar Tree and put some kind of little specials in there, hot pads, washcloth, or a soap sack with a bar of soap, or just any kind of little fun thing. And if you give them tickets when they come in and draw tickets all day and let somebody come up and pick something, that's fun. And just get them to hang on to their ticket. And before the end of the day, go ahead and give away the 2 blankets that I've made. I love doing it. I have more fun doing that than I do sitting around talking to people I don't even hardly know or have anything in common with. Well, Katie, I'm your relative, sort of, and I do. I have shared pictures on my regular Facebook page, but I don't think I have on Homemade with Love Facebook page. But I can look into my pictures and put some in there of things that I've made and of them catching those items. It was fun. Well, move down here. You can move down here, Katie. The price of living is probably less down here, but probably not by much anymore. And Mimi, I love watching you and your husband go shopping. He looks like he's just really interested in that yarn. Well, Kathy, that makes you very special, like Katie, too. If you're the only one in the family that does it, if anybody wants something crocheted, they have to come to you. I understand, Mimi. I'm not on Facebook much either. Once in a while, I'll go check in over there. Sandra, I feel like crochet is my job here. It's kind of like therapy for me. If I don't crochet, I feel depressed. Oh, he was wanting to get out of Joann's. Bless his heart. Mimi, you drag him all over the place, don't you? I can just imagine him going to Joann's and Walmart and Michael's. And what other stores do you have? Hobby Lobby or maybe an AC Moore? It really is. I miss my crochet buddy. She's always been busy lately. Blaine's my crochet buddy. Blaine's the same way, Katie. She's got she's working on that kitty cat for Mia, and then she's supposed to do a kitty cat for Lorelai, and then it was like the square bears. When I wanted to try to do something, and I did a square bear for Mia, and then it turned out being that I felt bad because the foster kids that Blaine had, saw Mia with one. I made her a square bear, and Blaine made him a rattle. And then my other grandkids came over and saw that, so they all had to have one. So there for about a week, we were just busy making those, and then Blaine was like, "That's it, I'm done with them. I'm not making any more." I'm having to look at this, y'all, because I can't see your comments over there. Sandra, my mom wanted to teach me to crochet when I was younger, and I got aggravated just doing the chain, and I just wasn't interested. And then it's been about 8 or 9 years ago, I think, I had the interest in it, and my mother wasn't where she could teach me, so I started using YouTube videos. And some of my first ones were like Fiber Spider, Crystal at Bag o' Day, Claire at Bob Wilson 123. Those were my main three that I learned from. And then I expanded from there. I was like, yeah, there's got to be more than these three people and what they have. So YouTube is actually how I learned. And I prayed about it too. I asked the Lord to help me. I said, Lord, you know that I want to do this and I want to do it for a greater good. I wanted to donate things. But we're finding out, about people losing everything in a tornado or a hurricane or anything like that and needing donations. I wanted to learn how to do that. And then my mother was diagnosed with lymphoma, and she had to have something removed from her eye, up in her eyelid, and she had to take some treatments, but then she was in remission. And she was telling me about all the people that she met and like the men and women, that lost their hair. So I started trying to make hats. I started loom knitting first. That's how I learned how to make hats. Then I finally decided to pick a crochet hook and get on some tutorials. When I got burnt out on the hats, I started going a little bit further. Like the lapgans and the scarves. And then I started doing full blankets, like a twin size or sometimes a full size, to give to a homeless person. Teresa, I did too. Yolanda Lopez she is a great teacher. That's awesome to hear how you learn. Oh, maybe he hates going to Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby's expensive unless you've got that app and get that 40% off one item, but then you can only get that 40% one time a day. What Blaine and I do if we go to Hobby Lobby for any reason, I have the app on my phone. She has the app on her phone, and Jordan has the app on her phone. So if we need something for a project and we need to be the same, we'll all three get in line and buy it. Oh, that is awesome. I was blessed, Sandra, to learn on YouTube. I can't believe that Z and Seta and Kim are going to meet up. Oh, Teresa, that's so sad. Hey, Blaine, tomorrow Z and Seta and Kim, the Crafty Nomad, are meeting up. Seta and Z met up today, I think. Was it today or yesterday?
Why don't nobody ever come to Mississippi for meetups?
Yeah, Blaine said, why don't anybody come to Mississippi for some meetups? The lady who taught Teresa how to crochet was 88 years old, passed away 2 Fridays ago. Somebody invited me on Zoom. Blaine, was it your Zoom that Kim came in on?
I think so.
What do you call it? Fangirling?
Yeah.
I had to fangirl Kim. I love Kim. I absolutely love her. I love all of y'all. But Kim is just like, oh, she said, Teresa said she was 98. Nightingale is, don't tell me, Victoria. I said, don't tell me.
I didn't tell you. I said it.
Blaine's in here eating. You're going to be eating, aren't you?
Yes.
What are you eating?
Beef stew and crackers.
Huh. Beef stew and crackers. She's always into something. I didn't think you were meeting with them, Mimi, but I wasn't sure where you lived. I just knew that, I think how I recognized you was from Seta for a while ago. I think when you first started, Cozy Fox was not your name then. You changed your name, didn't you? Teresa, I think it was either in Dana's or Blaine's Zoom. And so I had to fangirl Kim because, and then we were on a live stream. I think it was last week. Was it last week, Blaine? No, it couldn't have been last week because it was the night that we got all those people subscribed and made it over 500. Is it Mama Llama Kayla? Subscribe to our channel. Blaine was looking at the chat, and when she told me, I was like, oh my goodness, because I just love her. I was screaming, and it brought tears to my eyes. I was like, oh my goodness, she subscribed to our channel. I just love her so much. And she hasn't been well, and I've been missing her videos. And she is just so sweet. Got the sweetest little voice. Sandra had a salad. Oh, making room for the brownie.
Had a what?
Had a salad.
I wish I had a salad.
Now she's going to eat a brownie.
I wish I had a salad.
She wished she had a salad. I would eat the brownie.
I want salad.
Oh, you told Kim to hug them for you. Okay. When's somebody coming to Mississippi? I told Blaine we need to save some money and go on a vacation, but we haven't been able to yet. Mississippi. We're in North Mississippi, about 2 hours from Tennessee, one direction, and about 2 hours another direction to Tennessee, a different place, and about an hour from Alabama in another direction. So, I mean, we could drive like to Memphis, Tennessee, which is dangerous. We could drive to Selmer, Tennessee, or we could drive to like Hamilton, Alabama, or a little bit further down the road is Birmingham. Cindy Hart's Crochet met us. Yeah, deep south. Cindy Hart's Crochet met us when she came through Tupelo, Mississippi. We met at the Tupelo Hobby Lobby, and that was really awesome. And I know she's in Alabama, but I'm not sure where Pinson is. She's in Pinson, Alabama. Yep, Sandra's at Walmart's. And Sandra has a fabulous yarn wall. Y'all need to go onto our page and see her yarn wall. It's awesome. So, everybody's just not getting home from work, just now eating. Victoria's in southern Middle Tennessee, 3 hours from Corinth. We are, I guess it would take us about an hour to an hour and a half to go to Corinth. We could do that. I know you do, Sandra. I know. I do not know how to knit. Blaine tried to teach me, Samantha, and I cannot knit. Mimi, it's all right. If you've got to go to sleep, the rest of us will have to be going to bed soon. Thank you so much for stopping in. That was going to be my question, Teresa. Does she get in on the clearance? Are y'all allowed to buy the clearance when you're off the clock? Or is it just a total no hands off? We love chatting with you too, Mimi. Thank you for coming in. Katie's getting settled into bed to crochet. I usually settle in my bed while Jordan settles in her bed. Good night. Hugs and kisses to you too, Mimi. We love you. And we love watching you. If y'all haven't subscribed to her, go over there and check her out. She is really wonderful. Yeah, that sleepy time tea. I'm getting kind of tired too. We had a busy day. I really just wanted to say hello to everybody tonight because I miss talking to y'all. We did a video the other day, and we're going to try to start doing more videos. Samantha, I know a couple of people that crochet and knit, and they say that they love crochet because it goes faster, but they love the knitting because the items actually come out prettier. Yeah, Teresa, I'm like you now, toss and turn. I go in there, I can sit right here and start yawning and acting crazy because I'm tired, falling over asleep. And go in there and lay down, and my eyes will be wide open. Keep calm and crochet on. Hi, lovely crochet crafts, jewelry, and more. That's awesome, Victoria. I have been going through my yarn and gathering up my scrap balls and putting them all in one area because I'm going to start doing like a lot of other podcasters of my scrap GAN. It's just going to be whatever I pick up out of the container is what I'm going to use till it's gone, and just keep doing that. So it's going to be really awesome because I love the way sometimes I love the way you color control things and you just make a beautiful item. But then sometimes you just need a break from all the monotonous of everything being just so and just make a crazy looking warm blanket. That's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking of using like the half double crochet. I'm not sure. I may swap up on the, on the different rows. I may do different stitches. I think that'd be awesome too. Thanks, Sandra, because I really enjoy when you're in here. I miss you when you're not in here. Good night, Diana. We love you too. Thank you for coming in. Oh my goodness, Teresa. I love doing granny squares. I can sit here and do granny squares all day long. Sometimes I can do them without even watching what I'm doing, but I hate putting them together. Katie, I got that idea from Krista at the Secret Yarnery. Now, a lot of people are doing scrap GANs, but she kind of does color control, but not really. Like if she uses a really light color, then she'll try to pick the next color to be dark or bright, something contrasting, so it has some kind of flow of color. But she doesn't control like wherever it stops. If it stops halfway through the blanket, she just picks up with something else and goes on. So it's not really controlled. Victoria, I have a lot of the Bernat. I thought about doing that. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I think I have enough Bernat scraps to do a small lap GAN, but I do have several big things of Bernat and a few small ones, so I could make a pretty good size blanket out of these. I've picked out a color. I don't have it right here to show you. It has the medium color green and like the lime green. Some people say it's yellow, but to me it looks lime green and white. Then I'm going to make my newest grandson a play mat. the very first play mat that I made it for Lamia, and I did, hers is like, orange and gray and white variegated with solid purple, and then solid orange, and then purple, white, and gray variegated. I did 4 patches of it, and the holes in it are made just big enough to where you could stick a toy in there, hook a toy in there so they can't pull it off. They have crawl around on the play mat to the toys with Velcro or a ring on them. Well, Sandra, I get into I get into these messes about making something big, and then believe me, Blaine hears about it, because I'll be like, Blaine, I'll be so tired. I'll be so happy when I get this done because I'm so tired of this color, or I'm tired of this stitch. But what really makes me happy is knowing that I've made something that large that somebody's going to get some good use out of. Last year with our family reunion, I had been given by my mother, I had been given a whole bunch of granny squares that my great grandmother made. And before my daddy died, he gave me a bunch of granny squares that my stepmother had made. And Blaine and I laid them out to see how many we had to make a blanket, and we needed more. So she agreed to put them together if I made the extras. So I made granny squares all the time, all day long. My nose is itching, y'all, because of I'm tired, and the medicine I have to take, that Delera inhaler, bothers my nostrils. So please excuse me if you see me scratching my nose. No, I'm not on drugs or any narcotics. She agreed to put them together if I would build the squares. And our family was very tickled, because that was one of the things that we raffled off. We put it in a black trash bag so that nobody could see it. And we gave away that one. And we gave away the one that I told you, I called it strawberry shortcake. And my son-in-law, Brandon, that has him and Amy have 2 little boys. He said he was never going to have any little girls because they were drama queens, and he doesn't like the color pink. He won that blanket. he won my pink and red and white blanket from the drawing. So he gave it to Amy. But then he liked it so much he wanted me to make him one. So I made him one out of worsted weight. It was lime green and dark blue and I think black. And it was rectangular granny. And I ended up having to make everybody else one too, like my kids and my grandkids, except Blaine. I don't have one for her yet. She knows what she wants it made out of, but I haven't started making it yet. Blaine only likes doing big projects if it's going to require a big hook. She will do like a granny rectangle. She did my granny rectangle twin size for my bed, but that's because using a big hook. If it was something, using a small hook. Yes, Sandra, I did see that. Are you talking about the pink cardigan that Krista's going to be doing? It's in commemoration of somebody that died of cancer in June. I told Blaine I wanted to do that because I've not made a cardigan yet. Yeah, that's let's see. I was going through my yarn, and this Caron 1 pound is the only what says dark pink. It's the only real pink that I have. And I've got light pink. I've got this pink and baby pink. I really don't have enough pink. I mean, you can make it. I'm sure you can make it whatever color you want. But I thought the pink was nice because, it was in commemoration of cancer. My dad passed away of cancer. My mom is in remission. But I've had this for about 2 years. It is Bernat Premium. And I love it. I love the color. I love the texture. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a light gray and a medium gray and a really deep purple. And I have enough of it to make me a cardigan. And I've been wanting to. I have, I think, 8 or more of these sitting right here behind this makeup bag. I think that's enough to make me a cardigan, but if it's not, I have some solid gray that matches that gray in there. I do want to do that. I just don't have the color. Yeah, the ice yarn that she showed, that's pretty. That is going to be awesome. I just can't get it this year. Kathy's going to finish her peacock blanket. I can't wait to see that. Oh my goodness, Teresa, your family sounds like mine. We've got a lot of friends that are elderly that have passed away. Just because they're elderly. And we've had several people pass away that have cancer. But anyway, Sandra, I don't have a lot of pink. I could do it in another color. I could even do it, let me see. I could even do it in like this green. This is a really pretty green. And I have a lot of it. It's called Evergreen. It's 100% acrylic. This is from last year Walmart clearance. I cake up my yarn, y'all. So if anybody got yarn cakes in their mystery boxes, it's because I cake everything so it'll stack better. It stacks on my shelves better. Once in a while, I'll leave them like this if I only have like one until I get ready to use it. Somewhere it says $1.47. But she knows I love variegated, especially like to make hats. Melonberry. Red Heart Super Saver. I'm guessing Walmart. Or maybe Joanne. Anyway, she got me that and those 2 blue and these 2 right here. What is this? Oops. This says 147. Red Heart Super Saver Fair Isle, and the color is candy. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. I thought about amigurumis. This one's called Candy Stripe, Super Saver Stripes. So it's the same colors as that other, but this one's going to stripe when you use it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I knew that I shouldn't have touched this stuff because everything's going to fall. And y'all let me do it anyway. Now it's a mess. Yes, Samantha, you can go to our Facebook and I will go over there when I leave here. And anybody that's asked, it'll tell me that whoever has asked, I will accept it. Usually Blaine does it, but she's gone to bed and she's put me in admin on there too. She usually does all my technical stuff. I've been wanting to make a cardigan, Sandra, and I think that I still may do that. I don't have pink. And pink's not really my color. I mean, it's not something that I would wear all winter. I'm thinking about going ahead with the pattern that she's doing and the crochet along that she's doing, but with my own color. Not to be disrespectful to the ones over the pink, but simply because I don't have enough pink, first of all, and I don't wear a lot of pink. Yes, Katie, I can see your comments. Did I miss something that you said to me? I know you said that you've always wanted to make you and Carter matching sweaters. Kathy is working on Crystal's number 539 candy cane princess dress, trying to make it newborn size. I made some dresses. I forgot the name of them. That Crystal had put out for my 3 granddaughters, and I had to. Lamia's was exactly the size that Crystal had for her little girl, and then for Lorelai, as y'all know, she's a head taller. Only 7 months older than Lamia. She's a much taller child. I had to go up on my hook size and more stitches. And then with her little sister, I had to go down smaller than Lamia's dress, but they all came out pretty good. Yes, Katie, we can see you. We sure can. Sandra, I love the idea, and I might make a pink one later when I get some more pink yarn, for that simple reason, of respect for them. Those that have battled cancer. It's not that I don't want to. It's that I don't have the color. I'm trying to see. I'll have to look around and see exactly what I have enough of. Now, unless I do it double stranded, I could do it in mandala, and it would be with the color changing and all. That'd be very pretty, but to make it warm, I'd have to do double stranded. Like this has pink and red, and then the blues, so that would be very colorful for breast cancer or the cancer awareness. I think that'd be pretty, but unless you use it double stranded, you're gonna freeze. And I have been doing some of those double stranded for the homeless. Let me show you, Sandra. I don't think you've seen it. You know that I have been doing the corner to corner. You want me to send you a picture of my double stranded mandala blanket? This is it. This was double stranded in the color Wood Nymph. I'm trying to find the corner of it so I could show you. See that thickness? This is going to be much warmer when people are having to sleep outside than just a single. And it really came out beautiful. I didn't do any we have, Billy, we were just talking about that a little while ago. See, Katie, I did not color control it at all. I let the cakes flow the way that they were flowing. There's the other side of the way I've got it folded. But this is a twin size. Well, it's a little bit wider than a twin, but not a full. And I've got it folded up, y'all, several times here. So this was Wood Nymph with 2 strands held together, put it back right there. I'm actually, thank you everyone. I will take a picture and send that to you, Katie. Right. This is what I use. My two little things. I got my yarns in here. And I hold my two strands. And I'm actually working with that color Phoenix. And what I was just saying to Sandra about if I did a cardigan in this and held two strands, then I might ought to take this out and save it. You see, I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 9. I got 1 minute. 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 8 of this color. And they have a lot of yardage. But when you double them, though, it took me 8 to do a twin size blanket. It would take me about 8 to do a cardigan for me. Maybe 6, but probably 8. So I may do that. Sandra's already got me wanting to get that started. But anyway, this is what I had been working on of using the Phoenix. And you can see the detail of the blues mixing. One of them started out a little bit darker than the other. And like a ombre effect because I'm not trying to control the color and just letting it go. Right now here it's turning like an aqua. Let me see if you can see turning the color. Then right here it's a little different color. Then the rest of it's darker. You can see that. Anyway, I love this. To be careful to keep them straight so that you don't have loops, keep your tension the same. So, Sandra, I may do that. But I think that's going to be the only yarn that I have enough to do a cardigan with. The unicorn has, that's not unicorn. This would be very pretty for supporting the cancer with all this pink, but I don't think I have enough of these. And with the gray and white, I might be more prone to wear this than I would the Phoenix. So I'm going to check into it, Sandra. I mean, you've got me curious now. I may even just do a one-stranded one just to see if I can do it. I really think I would like this one better than the Phoenix as far as wearing it. I may do that. Sandra done got my mind going. The yarn bags, I got them at Hobby Lobby in 2018 when they had the big clearance for, I think, like $1.59 a piece. I started to give them away in my giveaways. And then I had been wanting some, the little jugs, like Joanne has a little plastic jug, and you open it up and it's got the one little hole. These have the one little hole and the handle, and they zip, and they had 2 matching. And actually Blaine was at Hobby Lobby and I was talking to her on the phone. She had me on video call, and she held those up, and I said, how much are they? And I think she said $1.59 or something like that. It was not high at all. And I said, well, get them both for me. And when she got home with her, I showed her, I said, this is what I want them for when I'm doing a 2-stranded project, as long as the yarn is small enough to fit down in there. Now, you can't fit, this is Blaine's chair, You cannot fit a Karen cake down in there. Of course, you cannot fit a Karen big cake. That's Blaine's that she got with a coupon she had the last time we went to Memphis or the time before that. But anyway, you can put little things like the Ferris wheel or the which you sent Blaine, or the Monday cakes. Any of the smaller cakes, the sweet rolls, anything like that will fit in there. You can even cake up, something as large as this, which is 7 ounces. You can cake this up and fit it down in there and just get your center pull. I love them. I love having those little bags. And then if you're having a project that you want to take it somewhere, then I have all kind of bags like this that you could just put your 2 little containers in there and then put your project on top of it and pull your yarn out of it, so you're not toting around 2 little bitty bags, wherever you go. Well, I'm sorry you're jealous. You can't have them. I saw those on Amazon, Sandra. I just hadn't gotten any. The little plastic jugs you could get at Joann with coupons. Wait until you get like a 50%. Kathy, was that rude of me? I'm glad she likes them, but I'm not giving them to her. The crazy thing is, Katie, I almost sent one of them to you, and I thought, that's going to leave me with one. So how am I going to do my double stranded? Keep them from getting tangled. You're going to make me go out and buy you something, aren't you? You're just going to have to wait. I saw some of those on, not Amazon, Sandra. I saw some on Wish, but I don't like ordering from Wish because you don't know if you're going to get what you ordered, and you're not going to get it for at least a month. Hey, I didn't think about it till just now, Sandra. It's not this color. It's not this color, but I have some cakes like this. I have got 2 of them, and these are a pretty good size. That are called Jordan Almond, and they are a light blue with a light yellow and a creamy white. That'd be pretty as a cardigan. I wonder if 2 cakes would do it. I bet it would. Let's see, how much is in these? 300 grams, 10.5 ounces. I'm sure 2 of these would do a pretty good size cardigan. Or I have 3 in the honey glazed color. Now, see, Teresa, I'm jealous. You've got the ones, the short one and the tall one. Well, some of that's Blaine's. I can't use it. What I was pulling off of this shelf behind me is mine. But what's in her chair and what's there, that shelf, that whole shelf up and down that wall, that's hers. This shelf right here, my dad made. And then that shelf right over there is actually the hutch that goes on my desk, but the ceiling's not high enough in the room where my desk is. So it has the top, which has the edging on it, so I can put stuff on it. Then 1, 2, 3 shelves, and then I can put totes underneath it of a certain height. You can't put the large totes under it, but smaller ones. I almost ordered those mesh bags off of Wish because they're just neat. It just keeps your, I don't know, to me it keeps your workspace neat to have them in the little bags if you can. And I've got these bags all over the house of, I actually have them in my wardrobe on a hanger. I will put something inside of them that I know is going to be a project, and then put a hanger in here and hang it on the rod in my wardrobe. So my wardrobe's got about 6 or 7 bags in it right now. that has projects. This is the baby blanket that I'm doing for the law firm that Glenda had mentioned. Katie, sometimes you can buy shelves pretty cheap. At a thrift store, you can find really nice shelves at a thrift store. Or, excuse me, y'all. I'm going to start yawning now. I apologize. Walmart has shelves. They're not real expensive, or cubes. Trying to think. My dad made this shelf. It's a 6 feet tall and 4 feet wide, and he did it in 2x6s, and he put a glaze over it and put paneling on the back so that it would have a back. And back then when he made it, that was about $20. Nowadays that would probably be about $35 or $40 to buy the lumber and do what he did. Blaine did show me your situation, and I'm so sorry about your yarn. I do that too, Teresa. Instead of trying to remember, I don't have enough hooks to put like a G hook in 3 different bags and all that. I actually have a G hook that I'm using between Jordan's weighted blanket and the baby blanket that I'm making now. I just have to remember which size I'm using. And then on the 2-stranded blanket, I'm using an eye hook. And on the hats, I usually use an eye hook. And on the Granny Square poncho that I'm going to try to finish up this year is an eye hook. So that's basically what I use. I use a G and an I think more than anything now. And it used to be like P's and Q's because I would use Burnett all the time. Are you sure that you had to throw all that away, Katie, that none of it could be saved? Like maybe cut the bad part off and cake up the rest? Oh, Katie, I'm so sorry. Teresa, that's a good idea. Write the hook size and the yarn band. Yeah, that's a good idea. There are so many good ideas about um, putting little cards and things in your project bag so you can remember what you're working with. Kathy, I could always use crochet hooks. I'll be honest. But I'm very picky. Now they don't have to be a certain brand, but I like grippy on them because of the way my hand is. I've had surgery for carpal tunnel. Um, when I'm sewing something small, I hold it more like this, like I'm working on Jordan's uh, blanket. And then if I'm working on something bigger, I want to work really fast, then I hold it like this and I basically twirl it. Blaine says she doesn't understand why I work so fast because I actually, can you see my hand? And I can't hardly do that with just a little small, just this part. It'll slide out of my hand. I like the grippy and I roll it. So, but yes, I could always use hooks. It was the end of the skein on nearly every strand. That is so sad. So none of that could be saved. Hey, Kathleen. No, you didn't miss us. I'm still here. You missed Blaine. She came in for a little while and she's gone to bed. Or I think she's actually back there crocheting. Katie has the issue. She lost a lot of her yarn because of not having a place to store it. It's not her fault, but she lost a lot of yarn and she's very sad. I wish I had the money. I would send you a gift card or something for you to go shopping. You're just home? Where have you been? Yeah, that's why I'm Sandra. I've gotten so used to using the grippy handles. It's really hard to use one without a handle. Plus, they're cold. They're cold and they're slippery. We've talked about everything except you, Kathleen. We've talked about the changes in YouTube that's coming up in January. We've talked about what we're making. We've talked about the weather. We talked about Blaine seeing a mouse and then pulling her punches when she slapped me on the arm because I scared her. How are you feeling? Yeah, Katie, I understand. Did you get rid of the shelf too? Susan Bates has soft grips. I don't think I've seen them. Oh, Jenna took you out of town and done some errands. Well, it's good. I'm glad you got out of the house for a while. Oh, Sandra, you have a lot of the ones without grippy, and you prefer the grippy. Is that what you're saying? Yep, Victoria, I think that's a problem we're all having. Kathleen, I'm sorry you're so sore. I'm ready for you to be healed. Katie had an issue with storage of her yarn in front of a vent, and it ruined a lot of her yarn. She had to throw out she said, a big trash bag full of yarn. Some of it was brand new, and she is just so sick over it. I saw a picture of it. She had sent Blaine a picture, and Blaine showed me, and I felt so bad because I wish I had the money to send her a gift card or some yarn or something to replace her big loss. She's in Indiana, Kathleen. She just didn't know that vent was going to cause that kind of issue, which, I mean, I probably wouldn't have thought about it, to be honest. I wouldn't have thought about it either until it happened. Yeah, Sandra. My great grandmother, I remember watching her crochet, and then my mother, but neither one of them used grippy handles. And now she's like, she come over to my house before we moved here, and she saw the ones with the grippy on them, and she's like, I don't know how y'all hold that thing, because no matter what size that she's using, she does, holds it like this, which is the old way. And some people can't do that. Nowadays, most people teach this way. Yeah. If Katie had some storage space, we all need to band together and like everybody send her a skein of yarn. Or a yarn bomber. Everybody send her a skein at the same time. Her mailbox would be overwhelmed. Katie, I'm not sure if, I mean, you've obviously been breathing this since it's been coming in through there, but is it the possibility of condensation from the air conditioner mixed with the heat of it being so hot outside that caused condensation in there that made that mold or and mildew, and then you found it, so you might not really be breathing that, but getting it out of the house is going to help you to not breathe it. Kathleen, it's okay. See, Katie, we all love you. If you can get a different get you a different, is there a different spot? You live in an apartment or a house? Do you have a spot anywhere where you might could put a tote with a lid on it? I just hate that you lost all that yarn. I mean, there's got to be something we can do to send you something. And look at several people in here. Trying to lose my voice. Excuse me, y'all. Is it it's an apartment you live in? Y'all, I'm losing my voice. Is it an apartment where you need to call somebody to come and have something fixed? Yeah, I agree, Kathleen. If it's a housing issue, then they shouldn't be there regardless of the yarn. But if it was just that the yarn was in a cool spot with that coolness of the air conditioner blowing on it, and then you had the warmth of the room, because I don't know about y'all, but here it gets so hot in here during the day that just feels like the air conditioner's not even on. That's funny, Teresa. My creamer water. You're going to have Kathleen calling me and asking me questions. How do I make creamer water? But Katie, it might be something that can be fixed by the landlord. Then if it can't be fixed, I mean, the landlord has to fix something. If it's causing mold and mildew, you cannot breathe it. And if you don't own it and you rent it, your landlord is responsible for fixing it. Or if he or she's not going to fix it, then maybe they should give you your deposits back or whatever so that you can move. Well, Kathleen, what I was saying is, if the shelf was right up against the air conditioning vent, okay, the air conditioner is gonna blow cold air. But if the room itself is hot because it's extremely hot outside, it can cause condensation, which would in turn turn to mold. You don't have a lease anymore. Katie, y'all have got to get out of there. If it's an issue with the air conditioner, y'all got to get out of there somehow. Yeah, I'm fixing to move this glue trap real quick, like, because I hear Blaine's little friend over here. Right, you don't need health issues. But Kathleen, if she has the health department to come out there and check it, the health department has the right to condemn something. And Katie, I'm not trying to scare you, but y'all need a place to go. If the health department decides that they need to condemn it, you have to leave immediately. Yeah, that's right. With no lease, it'll be easier to move, but it means that she's not going to get any deposits back. I feel so bad this is happening. Yeah. Yeah, it takes money to move. You consider what you've got to do about the place to live, and don't worry so much about the yarn, because I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to send you $1 million worth of yarn, but you've got enough yarny friends. There's enough people in the yarny community to send you a little love mail to help you with your stash. There's a lot of people that are not even in here right now, if they found out about it, would be willing to do that. So we don't even need to think about that right now. That's not the issue right now. I know you're sad about your yarn. But you need to take care of the issue of the house first, apartment, or whatever it is that you're living in. I agree with Teresa. It's going to be okay. It's going to work out. And don't worry so much about yarn. You need to worry about whether or not you are breathing that, and be sure that you're not breathing it. Even if you have, like, you can still feel the air, but you might want to put a sheet, just use some little thumbtacks and put a sheet or something over that vent to keep it from spreading any germs out of there, but still, something thin, like a sheet, that the dust won't go through, but the air will go through. I agree with Kathleen and with Sandra and with Teresa. The Father knows what you need, and I pray that y'all find a better place, a bigger place, a place that you can afford. The funds are going to be there, but you have to believe it too. God says in His Word that you have not because you ask not. You need to ask Him, not wavering in your faith. Have strong faith, and it'll all work out. It takes time too. You know, he's not Santa Claus or a magician, but he does answer prayer. And Blaine and I both are living proof. And I pray that's going to be my prayer, Sandra, is that they find another place to go, something that is decent, that is affordable. It might not be meant for you to go back to work, Katie. Then again, it might be meant for you to go back to work. So I pray that if you get to move to a better place and you end up going back to work, that Carter is put in a very good, stable environment in a nursery and be well taken care of while you're at work. That's right, Kathleen. Amen. I just have to say amen. I agree with that completely. Everything's going to be okay, Katie. I mean, that yarn can be replaced. You and your husband and your son cannot be replaced. Yes, Teresa. I believe it. Katie, you just keep us informed about how you're doing as far as getting that place fixed or getting to move to a new place. And I bet you'll have some yarny girlfriends to help out with some yarn. We can't leave a crocheter without something to do. All that will come to you when the time's right. Yeah, I don't even know how long we have been on here. Does anybody know? 2 hours and 52 minutes, almost 53 minutes. I do too, Katie. I hope you have big changes in the next few months. I agree with Teresa. Even though if you don't have a lease now, it is their fault they didn't draw up a new lease whenever it was time to draw up a new lease. It's still their property, and it is against the law for them to let you live there and be breathing that and them not fix it. They're going to have to fix it, whether you continue to live there or whether you move out and somebody else moves there. They still going to have to fix it, unless they try to hide it from the next renter. They're still going to have to fix it, whether you're there or not. But we're going to pray for you and your family to have a bigger place, more comfortable, something big enough for all three of you to have your own space. Yep. You got that right. Your yarny buddies, besties have got your back. We'll all make sure that you have something. You know, we might not each can send you hundreds of dollars, but you'll have something to work with. All right, Sandra. I'm going to go too, ladies. I love all of you. You just saw me taking my hair down because I yawned once, and I don't want y'all to sit here and see me yawning. That's kind of rude. Well, Katie, if they try to put you out because your lease is up and they did not renew the lease, but you're continuing to pay, are you continuing to pay rent? They cannot put you out. You can become what is called a squatter and don't move. And then they'll have to take you to court. And it takes a while to get in court most of the time. And usually when they get into court, the judge will give you like 30 days. So that gives you even longer. So I wouldn't even worry about it. My only concern would be is if all three of y'all left one day and they padlocked or something so you couldn't get your things out of it. But I really wouldn't worry about them throwing me out because they didn't because they didn't renew the lease, but you continue paying the money. You see what I'm saying? As long as you're paying them and you have receipts. If you don't have receipts, you need to be saving receipts. Good night, Samantha. I'm going to get off of here, y'all, because I'm tired and I have one appointment tomorrow and then I have things around the house to do. But I love all of you. I thank you all for stopping by. Check out each other's channels. If you've come in here and you have a channel, anybody else, subscribe, like, give a thumbs up. Y'all, please, if you like it here, give us a thumbs up. It helps us tell people about us, and we'll try to give shout outs for y'all too. So I hope all of y'all have a wonderful night. I love all of you. Y'all all have sweet dreams tonight. God bless.